What?
POPPIN!
Woo!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the debut episode of Poppin' with Piper and Pops. How y'all doing? Where's my guest?
Sorry, I keep looking away, y'all. I'm trying to make sure that everything's working on my channel's end. So basically, I am stream sharing this.
We got Mo Biggs in the chat. What's up? Bug nuts? Everybody's
Woo!
popping in. Cool. What's happening? Now, we are broadcasting right now both on my channel and Piper's channel, The Adventures of Piper. So don't hesitate to go over there, drop likes on that stream too. You know what I'm saying.
Drop some
Right.
likes. And if you haven't subbed, this is, people
Yes,
watching over on my channel. I still suggest going and subbing over to Pop's channel. And hopefully vice versa. Hello.
Yep.
And
We
over
got
in my
Mo
chat, I could say hello to Timothy Olsen.
Tim Olsen. I know that guy.
And Kevin Spaldy read that as I read that as pooping with Piper.
Pooping with Piper. Oh, geez.
Unhinged said Hail Wolf Mama, so that's pretty cool too.
So welcome everybody. Glad to see you all out here for our first episode. We will be joined pretty soon here, I think, by Mr. Tim Lattie. I sent him the link. I better do it on Facebook though too, just in case. What do you think? Can I even find him on Facebook? Well, I sent it to his Twitter channel for sure. He did say he was ready to go, so hopefully he will be out here with us in a couple minutes. So how you doing, Piper?
I'm not doing too bad.
Oh, what did I do? Turn down the volume. Oops, there we go. Okay. Too many screens open. You know how that works.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, good to see you. It's real. I'm really looking forward to doing this with you. I want you to know that this show is kind of. I've been kind of jacked about coming out and doing this. So the awesomely wolf gorgeous Piper. There you go. See
I've
that?
been nervous, but so far so good. We don't have our guest here though. Woo.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it'll be in a minute. He's making us sweat,
Hi,
What's up, Tim?
Pando. And Special Ed. And Jam. And Servant. I'm going through mine. This is an experience. For sure.
I love, look, all this stuff that you guys see, all the backgrounds, all that stuff, Piper's been killing it. She put all this together. Y'all know I don't do this stuff.
Thank you so much.
But yeah, I want you all, if you're over here on my channel, I want you to go over there, subscribe, check out Piper's channel, subscribe to her channel. And we're going to do this every week right after the madness. We're going to come out and we are going to highlight a first-time creator. Somebody who hasn't been out here seen before. Somebody who hasn't getting, all the recognition. Somebody new. And it was a good idea that we came up with and was like, yeah, we should just run with it. So our first guest, when he shows up, Mr. Tim Lattie, has a book called Night Stars. And I first saw this book. I first saw Tim on Preston Acevedo's show in the middle of the night.
Woo.
And it was like he had just launched it, no idea what was up with it. So I had to watch the show and I had to see what was up with this book I'd never seen before. Because that's what I do is promote people's stuff. And I like to catch them early. I like to catch them at the beginning of the campaign. I don't want to find out with 3 days left that,
Yeah, that we're hoping. Oh no, yeah.
So Tim's book is one that I thought has great potential. But at the same time, he has a really high goal. So we're going to have to work for it, Where you at, Tim? Come on out, bro.
Right? It is definitely, to me, I think it's good to play it safe. Some people are able to play with like algorithms by asking for a small amount, knowing that they'll pass it up in the first day.
That's why I was putting the link in the wrong. I was putting the link in your chat because you're right underneath in my messages.
Oh no,
Okay.
you were sending me the link.
Yeah, I was sending you the link. Sorry, bro. Sorry.
No. Yeah, I see it. Are you ready? It's time.
Yeah.
Yep, I am.
Sorry,
Definitely.
Tim. There you go. The link's in your Twitter chat or in your Twitter inbox. Come on out, join us. We were so worried about how we were going to start the show that we were blowing everything else. What is up, Mr. Lattie?
I'm in. All right, what's going on, y'all? How you doing?
Hey.
Dude, I want to introduce you first to Piper. I don't know if you know Piper or not.
No, I don't think so. Not we haven't met like this.
She is.
I introduced y'all to my rooster. That's my rooster crowing in the background.
Nice.
Piper has a channel of her own and a show of her own, and she's also a creative and an editor and all that stuff that she's going to tell you about.
All of the things.
She has, like you, a cred list. I just talk. Okay. So Piper is a great inspiration to me for coming out and doing this first timer show. I really liked the idea, and it was like, yeah, we should do it. We got to do it. And you were the first person I saw that came up like the next day after we had talked about it, and I seen you on Preston's show, and I was like, Piper, I got one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, if you can handle Preston's show, you probably can handle anything, man. So yeah.
I love Preston.
Dude, we went to dinner last night. We had a Comic-Con here, an IRL in real life Comic-Con, and dude, just like keeping up with him at the table, bro. It's so ridiculous, man. I felt bad for everybody else that was eating dinner because it's just
Where you at?
Well, we're just taking shots at each other the whole time. It's like who can embarrass who. So I love Preston's fun, man.
So whereabouts are you at a con? Where were you at? Which con?
It was in Louisiana. It was Slidell, Louisiana, which is like, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes out of why are you making that face? You don't like Slidell? You don't like Slidell?
No, I'm from there.
Are you really? No way.
I hardly ever hear it mentioned. I'm from there.
Where are you at
Okay,
now?
I'm just gonna get out the
Now
way
I'm
and let
Ohio.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Let the locals talk. No way, huh?
I was like, oh no, I'm by myself. Yeah. I'm in Ohio now. I kind of enjoy the weather here more than Louisiana, but
Oh yeah, it's not that bad right now, but yeah.
the
Like
food
2
here,
weeks
though,
ago, 3 weeks ago, it was friggin' crazy, man. It was like 101. It was nuts. And I'm like, everybody's like, well, it's only June. Like, get ready for the rest of the year. But it cooled down. And it's like in the 80, 89, something like that today. No, that's wild. Yeah, so we were out in Slidell. I grew up in Metairie. I'm sure you know where that's at.
Yeah,
So I'm a Metairie
awesome.
kid. And yeah, it was the first show in like since 2019, since like January 2019. So it was fun. I don't know. Everybody kind of went back to, go back to who you are. You know what I mean? Like me and Preston have our same shtick. I have the same shtick, whatever, doing the whole roundup. So it was cool. What a small world, man. That's wild.
That is too cool. That is so like specific. Like I said, I never hear. I'm always excited if somebody's either from or in Louisiana to begin with, but I never hear Slidell name drops.
Yeah, and it's busy out there now too. I don't know what it was like growing up, but yeah, Slidell is so busy. Yeah, that's my boy. They almost got me with that wave. I just told my buddy on the phone, man. No, that was a fun show. I just did that earlier, bro.
Oh,
nice. Yeah. The UK boys, the bargain bin boys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you
were
bully
on
Dave?
CromCon the other day. We had a blast. Dude, I'm kind of glad. I'm excited to get to meet you, not just talk you through text.
Right.
What kind of plans do you got for other traveling cons? Do you have plans for traveling around, or just staying local? Or
I have one that's going to be like, it's like a toy show at a church. I'm a big toy guy, so that's going to be fun, and that'll be more like the local crowd again. And And then I have some other, I guess I'm not going to say what they are. I have some other invitations, and I just haven't picked them up yet. I'm kind of just like, how crazy is the COVID stuff going to be that might limit the fun, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So
I know exactly.
I don't know what to expect about different stuff. So at the moment, no. I'm just focused on the indie and stuff like that. But yeah, there was a couple. There's one in Atlanta I might do, if you know what I mean. I just kind of want to see like what we doing? You know what I mean? Like what do we? How weird is stuff still? So if that makes sense.
I totally get that.
Cryptically speaking,
as a fan, it's like I don't know. I know that there's going to be fans that are going to be, can't wait, and there's going to be fans, oh no, I ain't going anywhere near that. And the same thing with some creators, right?
And I don't know what Atlanta's like. They might be. Look, when we went to Slidell yesterday, Piper's hometown, it was like we were just at a Comic-Con again for the most part. Like I said, everybody was. It was like we just picked up where we left off, and it was cool, man. It was fun. So I want to keep that kind of vibe. I want to keep it loose. And you just you fall back into place. You're in your natural environment. You know,
I do like some of the cons that are like maybe not doing the big panels and having all the people grouped together in chairs right in one part of the auditorium. Kind of like doing away with that and just getting it back to tables and vendors and comic creators, and you know what I mean? It's like kind of dropping that one area of the building where everybody's all crowded together.
Right. But look, man, like when I'm growing up, all the shows we would go to would just be a bunch of long boxes and a bunch of sweaty dudes in a hotel room.
Yes,
and dude, I loved it, man. You would hear funny stories. I'd be a kid hearing like these raunchy, funny stories. Like it was great. Looking up Robin issues or whatever. It was awesome.
There'd be one or two people that had some kind of a costume on, and you know, like it was lax. And I'm looking forward to going again. But the reason I asked, I was just wondering if you was coming up toward Michigan way.
No. I like I said, I just hadn't. My buddy was doing it for me. He was like messaging and kind of handling all that. I'm open to it. I like. You don't miss it. You don't realize how much you miss it until you do it, if that makes sense. So like this past weekend, like I was just like, oh, whatever. I don't even care about Comic-Cons anymore. And then I do it and I'm just like, I kind of missed it. Like this was fun. Like it's a different experience.
This is great. I'm having a good time right now. We got people in the chat checking it out. Someone come to Michigan. Yeah, we need people to come to Grand Rapids Comic-Con. Sure. That's my one sure chance of getting to meet some of the people that I've interviewed over the last year and a half. Right. To get them to come to Grand Rapids Comic-Con so I can actually meet them and then maybe actually interview them live online from the floor of a con. You see where I'm going with this? I want to do Comic-Con from the floor of an actual convention and walk around and actually interview people face to face. Interview the fan on the other side of the table. What do you like about this guy's stuff? You know, I want to walk around a con and have a blast doing what I do, talking to people about comics.
And it's a different energy. It just is, you know. It was nice. It was nice this weekend. So we ended up having like a multiple conventions down here. We had like a Mississippi Comic-Con was going on, the Stoddard Con in Slidell. Who, man, you missed out on this one, Piper. My buddy Tim Stoddard opened a shop out here, and it's one of the best shops in the state. It's awesome. It's called Showcase Comics, and then right next door is North Shore Pop Collectibles. And then right next to that is Omega Level Toys. And they just have this whole corner filled out and just rocking it, man. So he put on a convention, and dude, or the after parties, man. I've been to some weird, fun after parties, you know?
Don't say weird. Don't say weird now. Everybody's going to go Warren Ellis. I
want to go and like joke with my friends later on, you know? I don't want to do the normie stuff. So, man, we had another one out here. What was it called? It's called Contraflow. And the whole event was all about the parties. And it was right by Armstrong. It was right by the airport. And like the show itself was like whatever. The after parties, every hotel room, everybody made a different theme. They all had a different drink. and it was just awesome. It was the most fun, like, party atmosphere, whole floor of a hotel, and everybody, it was all about that. Coolest show.
Nice. I do miss conventions hardcore.
Right. But you don't realize, yeah.
Yeah. Stuff's fun.
So
So if I look weird because I keep looking off and doing things and waving at the camera and stuff, it is because I'm also streaming this on my channel at the same time.
Okay.
So my chat is over there on that screen. So if I'm doing weird stuff in the camera, just assume I'm reacting to the chat over here.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Don't worry too much about it.
it's like we talked about it before the show, and it's like trying to figure out a way we could do this on both of our channels simultaneously.
Why not? Yeah.
And we're gonna alternate. It's like next week it's gonna be on her channel, and I'll be showing it on my channel as well. You know, and that way we're reaching both audiences.
Yeah. You might as well like use all the tools available. You know.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
You're streaming on 2 channels right now, so you're hitting 2 audiences.
All about it.
Yep.
All
Seen a
about
lot of familiar faces in both chats, though, that are usually in both audiences anyway. So that's kind of fun.
Right.
There are new people. I mean, there are people that will now cross over from one to the other, and we'll both pick up some extra people, and hopefully Tim's gonna get some more backers.
Yeah, nice intro. Nice
Right?
transition, dude. I moved up since a little while ago. Somebody came in. Nice.
Awesome. Y'all look at
dude,
that.
Pops is I will say this, that the whole like indie community, awesome. That I wasn't, of all things that I wasn't prepared for. Pops especially too has been kind of behind me, telling me stuff on the side. Preston's been railing me. You did this wrong, like telling me stuff.
Now, see, I can't do that to you though, because I've never set up a Kickstarter or Indiegogo. I don't know none of that shit. So when I seen him ripping you, I was like, "Oh, I know what that's about. It's about that gigantic fixed goal, isn't it?"
Yeah. Well, you know, at the same time, I had done a Kickstarter like 12 years. No, it was 2012, and I got almost 10,000 for just one issue. Wow. So I was just like, let's go for it. Last week was rough because it was just dead in the water, dude. Like there was just no movement. And then now within whatever happened, I don't know if it was the Comic-Con or what, it just started getting a little boost. So I'm like, all right, let's roll. Let's ride the wave.
It all just expands. Okay. Like like I said, I saw you on Preston show. I didn't know who you were.
Right.
Don't let nobody give you any crap for your gigantic fixed goal, because my very first book had the exact same fixed goal, because that was the minimum we needed to do everything we were promising. So
then you know what the prices are. Yeah, for a 125-page hardcover, 3/4 of that is going to go to printing it. You know, like a good chunk is going there, and then all the other stuff. So, that sucks. You better go back to work, buddy. Get you a copy of Night Stars.
Actually, if you spend it during CromCon, that's a good thing.
Right. That's fair. But so when we were doing the math, that's kind of what, just seemed like a good round number. And look, I'm also one of those dudes where like when people are saying stuff, I'm just like, whatever, let's do it. Like, let's go for it.
Yeah.
I think we can do it. Absolutely.
Yeah, we technically we needed 12K, and we were just like, we're not going to put it over 10K. We'll just eat, 2,000. If for some reason something goes wrong, even we will push. If we only get 10K, we will push the other 2K out of our pockets to at least have this book out. So yeah, don't always do what you're comfortable with.
My man.
Now, I did want to say it's like I said, when I didn't know who you were, I seen you on Preston show. Preston show is pretty late at night. It's like I mean, you're only reaching so much of an audience if it's too late, right? But I want everybody to know about this book. So I mean, I've told RJ, I told Will, I told everybody, just everybody I know who's got a show. Michael Watson, Kelly Gordon. I just went down this list, and I went, all you guys need to get behind this guy. He's got cred. Why don't you go ahead and tell some people some of the shit you've done in the past, bro?
I appreciate what an intro, what a transition. Yeah, I've been pretty lucky in my career to draw my childhood, so to speak. So most notably stuff from then. See, I always wonder that. I always wonder like how much reach. And I know you're gonna know the properties. How much do you know me? Dude, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. So most notably Ghostbusters. That's going to be the big one, which is funny because that's something I was just adored as a kid. You know, I'm an 80s kid. I was born in 81, man. So Ghostbusters came up with it. I've been able to sneak in some Ninja Turtles, some G.I. Joe, did a couple Plants vs. Zombies books, a bunch of WWE. Trying to think what else. I've done stuff with like K-Swiss, the NBA. I did the Ghostbusters World video game. The Jay and Silent Bob movie that just happened. Was able to get on there and do that, which was just, I don't know if you know Esplanade Mall, Piper, out here in Kenner. But yeah, they filmed it at Esplanade. And when I just told this on Aria's show, I used to pretend to be Brody from Mallrats, and I'd go walk around Esplanade Mall. You know, you get dropped off, you go to the mall, and then you go see a movie afterwards, and then your parents would pick you up. And dude, it was so crazy. They ended up filming in the mall, and I was able to get in there. My original art was hanging in Brody's comic shop. Like Jay and Bob are walking around in costume. It was so cool. It was so random.
Dude,
yeah, like
that
what?
is so
like that?
awesome.
Like that happens?
My friends and I did that too back in the day.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, there was no other comic book stuff though, so you kind of behaved like that. Brody was the comic book guy.
Yeah.
So even Stoddard Con, the Showcase Comics from down here, he named his son Brody, and he was populating the set. So he was populating the store, and it just kind of snowballed into a thing. They needed comic book artists for the movie because they did there's a whole comic book scene, a comic convention scene. And every time they messaged me, I was just like, yeah. I was like, cool. I want to do art. I want to do the art for the movie.
Right.
And I just broke them down eventually, and got to have my stuff hanging up all over the place. It was awesome. And they were super cool, to be honest.
I'm going to pull this back out and make sure I hit
All
the
right.
audio share button on that thing before we go show off that video and stuff. You know, got to make sure you do it right, or people go, there's no audio.
Right. But yeah, old Esplanade Mall, huh? You know, like that's crazy.
Oh, that is awesome. That was
Right.
the mall.
Yeah, it's not anymore. They moved it. It's another mall now. Now it's like a ghost town out there. Yeah, it's like tumbleweeds roll by as soon as you walk up. It's ridiculous.
Dang.
Which is why they filmed the movie there, because nobody's in there.
Dang.
All right, you want to see this video, y'all?
Let's do this. Definitely screen it.
Let us.
I got a letter from 13-year-old Ryan from Belfast. Now, Ryan, if you're out in the crowd tonight, here's the answer to your question. No. As far as I know, an alien spacecraft did not crash in Roswell, New Mexico in 1947. And Ryan, if the United States Air Force did recover alien bodies, they didn't tell me about it either, and I want to know.
That's because you weren't born yet.
We were abducted from our everyday lives. Now we are lost in time and space, hoping to find a way to change the future by battling our way through the past.
How can you not get behind that, y'all? Come on, that looks awesome, dude.
Yes.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's my baby, so to speak. So yeah, quick pitch. It's basically the story of 3 kids who are taken aboard a flying saucer, and when they're on there, the saucer kind of like morphs around them and puts them in these suits that make them look like aliens, like little green men. But the saucer's actually a time machine, so it takes them back in time where they crashed landed in Roswell in 1947. So they're the Roswell aliens. But from there, it's their journey throughout time dealing with history's mysteries. So they knock Amelia Earhart's plane out the sky. One of them falls in love with Anne Frank. They get a Yeti as a pet. So it's kind of like a genre jumper. It's my version of like Goonies or Monster Squad. I don't know if
Dude,
I know Monster Squad's a little lesser known, but God, I love Monster Squad growing up. So yeah,
Look,
it's my sci-fi
one of them
version.
fell in love with Anne Frank. That's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. That's a. I don't know. That's a personal thing. We had a copy of it back in the day. I thought it would be cool. It would be a random one. I appreciate that, dude. I appreciate that, man.
T3 Comics.
Oh, dude, killing it, dude. Yeah, I want to get so. So it's going to be the first 4 issues that I had been working on. I'm recoloring them. Which, man, a new coat of paint is, no pun intended, making them pop. And then we're going to add the Yeti story. So I don't know if y'all are Creepshow fans. If you remember the movie Creepshow? So there was that one where they remember the professor, he had the loudmouth wife, Adrienne Barbeau, that was just like loud capping them every party they went to. And they found the monster under the staircase, the Arctic expedition, and then it was like eating students, and then he eventually fed it his wife. So it's kind of a play on that, but a little more G-rated version. So they find a Yeti under the staircase, and it's kind of my homage to Creepshow in the 5th issue or the 5th chapter of the book.
The link to this is pinned at the top of the YouTube chat on both mine and Piper's channel. And it's also on the banner right there, and it's in the description of of the show. So, don't hesitate, y'all. Go check this one out. Don't have me show it to you. Go look at it yourself.
I love like this. The whole campaign is set up beautifully too, with like these animated bits and stuff.
Yep.
I appreciate that. Again, I'm an 80s kid, so we kind of, how every 80s cartoon would end and it would be like Silver Hawks, and then it would be that logo with the flashing. Like, so I was trying to go for Dinosaurs, and I was going for something like that.
Yes, I love that too, because yes, very much 80s, 90s kid.
Yeah, I'm a nostalgia junkie,
Oh, this is good stuff.
And I love Sailor Moon. I'm a big Sailor Moon fan, so this is another like Sailor Moon inspired kind of, how that those Sailor Moon transitions were some of the best animation I've ever seen. So this is my my attempt at it.
So cute.
As she turns into a little alien.
Aww.
Nice. I love it, man.
This is a concept too.
And here's some of the recolored
too, dude.
The special edition pages, yeah.
Let me give a slight shout out to Frog G. He is in both chats right now doing his thing, and that's just awesome.
The Frog is handling business.
Mm-hmm.
See, people like that, they come out in the chat and they share the link and they ask people to share the stream and to hit the like and the subscribe. Those are the people that drive our shows. They really are, because they bring more people to watch the show all the time. And Frog, if there's ever going to be an award for best mod, you already won, bro. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, you getting my vote real quick. So yeah.
Yeah.
The logo is sick.
Thank you, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Everything I'm looking at here is badass.
And look, he's holding the diary of Anne Frank. So the ending of the story, the beginning, the first 2 pages are the end of the story. There's your Easter egg. And he's holding the diary of Anne Frank.
Wow. So that's the one that falls in love with her, obviously.
Yeah, which one is it? Yeah. And then we got the Bill Clinton speech, which I used to watch History Channel all the time, so I used to love all that kind of stuff, ancient aliens and everything.
Just that you incorporated that into the video was freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah, I want to do that with every one because there's so many presidents that made references to it over the years. So I'm like, oh man, if I can always start each one with like some kind of historical, quote or reference, that would be pretty cool.
What do you mean you got 404, Will? What are you talking about? Adventures of Piper. Go to her channel.
I don't know which.
It's really there. It really is there. But yeah, okay, so what's this guy's name?
That's Adam. So that's one of the kids in the story. Oh, so this is another scene. If y'all remember Monster Squad, this is a direct. In the beginning of Monster Squad, him and the kid, his son, are sitting on the rooftop, and they're looking at they have a drive-in theater. I guess they could see from their backyard. So I was like, that'd be cool if I kind of started it off similar to Monster Squad. That's the only real reference to it. Like, they just happen to be sitting on the roof. So that's Adam, and that's the little girl that you see everywhere, Leslie. And then there was another thing I did, which was like kind of an experiment, and I rolled with it, where all the pages actually connect and make like one giant image. All the line work does.
So you're saying we had to buy 2 books so we can cut one up and make a poster?
Yeah. That's my hustle. That's why I asked for 10K, man. That was my gimmick.
No, that's pretty cool too. It really is. You should maybe consider doing trading cards of each panel.
That would be cool too. Well, it's each page, but Bargain Bing brought up
Well,
a
yeah,
point. They
each
were like,
page,
dude,
I
you
mean,
should make it I'll make it a
Each
stretch
page,
goal.
you
One
can
of the
make a
stretch
big
goals.
puzzle.
Yeah. No, that's even more interesting. Yeah. I think there's something. I think, yeah, I would like to do that. I don't know why we didn't do it the first time.
Lola! What's up, Lola? Yeah, dude, I'm an idea guy. I see stuff and my mind just rolls. Okay, it just rolls. There's no stopping it. I'll probably hit you up tomorrow and go, hey, that idea was great, but check this out.
Bring it. No,
that's just the way my mind works, man. Once I see something that I get that I like, what can I do to get that in my hands?
Right.
Kind of like the whole retailer thing, trying to get people to put their books in my retailer store so that I can just go get them. That's my eventual goal. This is my eventual goal.
3D printing. I'm getting into that now, and it's just like, dude, when you can figure out how to use the programs, like you can pretty much make what you want, man. It's awesome. It's crazy out there. It's exciting.
You're gonna make little aliens then, right?
Hold up. We had like the toy stretch goal, and I've been printing her out. I've been playing around with it. It's just like a complicated figure, but yeah. So let's see.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
This is just me at home. Like, this is just me like goofing off.
Wow.
Because I had the files. I was like, yeah, let's go for it, man. Let's see what I can do.
Liquid cocaine is dangerous.
I didn't even know that was real. Yeah.
It's actually an alcohol. They have a show on Indie Bolt called Backer Shots.
Okay.
Which we will introduce you to as the month goes on. Trust me. Okay. What they do is they bring people out and they highlight their book, and every time somebody backs their book, they do a shot.
Okay.
Or somebody in the panel does a shot or whatever. But Lola, the indie princess, likes to drink. She tried out the liquid cocaine a couple weeks ago.
Okay. All right. No, I think we're going to be doing that July 3rd. I said I'd bring my bottle of Proper 12. I'd bring some Jameson on with me. So
there you go.
We'll see. I'll at least drink some Miller Lights for sure.
Is that Saturday night? This Saturday coming up?
Is that July 3rd? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Whatever day it is.
Yeah. There you go. July 3rd, Saturday night. Tim's going to be on Backer Shots, y'all.
It'll be like my normal Saturday night. So
this is one of the things I'll tell you. Some of the people that follow Backer Shots will wait until Saturday to back books.
Okay.
To watch the ladies drink. Nita's out there. Lola's out there. Hope, they got a crowd, a panel. And, there are people that wait till Saturday to back. Just for that show, during that show, so they can watch them girls get drunk. It's kind of fun. There you go. Creators out. I just bought some whiskey.
There, get it. Yeah. How crazy was that? Yeah. So, yeah, after the movie, they just gave us those things that were on the set.
Dude.
I was just like, I got to put them somewhere, Yeah, we were able to do some other stuff. We got on the NASDAQ before. All kinds of different things. We ended up at a party at the United Nations after New York Comic Con.
Whoa.
So, like I said, we were outside taking pictures of each other. Like, what else are you going to do when you're at the United Nations for the first time, especially a country boy from Louisiana? And we start sparking up a conversation, and just one thing leads to another. We ended up doing a ton of work for UNICEF, and we did a Night Stars issue, which is online. You can find it online.
Wow, that's awesome. I know what I'd do if I was.
It's random, all right?
I know what I'd do if I was at the United Nations.
Right, dude. It was
30 seconds at the podium is all I need, man. 30 seconds.
I was just eating hors d'oeuvres, man.
Y'all fighting about little pieces of land on this little planet in this gigantic galaxy. What are you going to do when somebody comes and wants the whole ball of wax? Cut it out. And I'd walk away.
right. Dude, Kirby had done that plaque years ago. I forget what it was called. I bought a shirt of it. Man, it was something. But he made like man and woman look like these monstrous superheroes because it was like a plaque that they were sending out into space. And he said that he wanted us to look fearsome and like big and strong because you never know who's gonna come a knocking, the traitor or the tiger. Very awesome Kirby quote, bro. Kirby, yeah, love it. So yeah, man.
Got Hex in the chat. Hex Allen. He's another one of our good friends that also a creator.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of the familiar names for sure.
Yeah, his book is coming to an end this week. He's closing it down. So, we had him out last night or yesterday during CromCon. Talked about that. And a lot of these people do know each other, and that was part of the reason why I wanted to do a show with somebody else to help expand both of our fan bases, because Piper has an audience that's mostly Twitter based,
Okay.
My audience is mostly Facebook based, and I'm trying to bridge that gap and get everybody cross promoting again. Everybody used to be on all platforms. Then people got to the point where they're stuck on one or another because that's their best bet. Right. Okay. Well, I'm trying to give you another bet.
Well, that's what happened. I never used Twitter, and Preston was giving me hell about it. I was just like, dude, I never go on. I was like, people are doing stuff on there. I'm on Instagram all the time. So, dude, it is. It really is like that.
Yeah.
I'm not on Instagram at all, and I get chewed out the most for not being over there promoting stuff or whatever. And I'm like, it's too many. I can't do more than one.
Right.
And see, but
you brought up a good point, Pops. You were like, you can't post links on Instagram, and it's true. I was like, yeah, no, that's right.
It's my problem with Instagram is it's got to be attached to my phone.
Oh, interesting. All right.
I don't do phone. I work right here. So
that is
Instagram
true.
just kind of, it's the only time I pick my phone up is when I leave the house.
I wish I had that that discipline, but I do not, man. How many people wake up and the first thing they do, like first thing I do, I'm playing with my phone, man.
I come crazy over here.
No, you're right. No, you're right. I wish it's an addiction. The Black Mirror.
Yeah, well, when I really realized it, I used public transit in Phoenix for a while after I got out of prison.
Okay.
And I watched, when I went to prison, people talked to each other on the bus. When I got out of prison, everybody on the bus is like this.
Yeah, dude.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on? I didn't. I only recently actually bought a cell phone. And that was only because of what I'm doing here. And so many of the things that you do online have to be attached to a phone number.
It's almost becoming like your passport. Like you definitely have to like email sign. You have to do a bunch of stuff. It's wild. It's big time.
PayPal, everything. Anything you want to do. If you have an online credit card or anything, you got to have it attached to your phone.
Oh, dude, even if I go to something like Smoothie King, I'm not even using my credit card. I'm just using the app. I'm just like, here, scan it, let me
and that's why, that was why I was like, I'm never gonna dive that deep into my phone. When I leave the house, when I go golfing, I take my phone with me just in case somebody has to reach me or whatever.
Right.
But the phone was basically just a bridge to all the programs that I use now. StreamYard, you know, all the different stuff that you sign up for, you got to sign up with a phone number. And that's the only reason I got the phone. I don't use it.
Yeah. I mean, it's true though. I feel like we crossed the Rubicon. Think about the next generations coming up. I saw so many kids in strollers this weekend looking at tablets while their parents were pushing them around and all. Like, they're going to be connected to the friggin' screen way worse than any of us were.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. As much as things are exciting with 3D printing, and you know, you can get rid of a publisher and put out your own book or whatever. Right. There's the opposite side of it as well, which is like, I don't, you know, who knows what'll happen.
We're real good about keeping track of what the kids do, you know, when they go on YouTube or YouTube Kids, because, you know, there's people that put some weird stuff up on them things.
Right,
so,
man.
You know, we're very conscious of what my grandkids, what their, you know, my son's kids are doing. We're very conscious of it when it comes to online because, you know, too many crazy people.
Yeah, I don't have any kids, and I don't even know how I would keep up. We were talking the other day. We were having a Zoom chat about this, and they were saying something about the camera feed, and somebody had their Wi-Fi password, and I didn't really think too much of it. And then they were like, yeah, you never know. They could be watching. They could be looking in. And I'm just like, dude, these are things I'm not even thinking about, you know?
See this right here? This thing right here? As soon as my show's over.
No, I have the little thing that snaps down. I can just lean
Yeah, my camera's got the,
Right. And I usually unplug the mic if I can, if I remember to.
That's just, you know, I mean, people are people, and not all people are cool, you know?
Yeah. True.
But this is freaking cool.
Hold on, give me a
Appreciate it.
Now
that we got our PSA over with. Cover your cameras, folks.
Dillard Draws is in the other chat, calling Hex Allen a lame-o for being in the wrong chat.
Oh, come on now. Dillard, look.
Yep.
Look, Dillard. You can come over here and subscribe to our stuff too, bro.
And Timothy Olsen says, Pops makes shivs with National Geographics.
What is that? I know Timothy. I know Melvin. What did he say?
Timothy Olsen, Pops makes shivs with National Geographic.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's possible. I've seen it.
All right.
No, I haven't been to jail. I haven't seen it in person. I've seen it in documentaries.
No, when I was in jail, I was one of them people that was very smart. I knew that my job there was to make them spend all that federal money. I'm serious. The private prisons get a whole bunch of federal money, and they don't spend near that much money on the inmates. I don't care what anybody says. I've been there and lived it. Yeah, I made sure they spent money on me. I made sure I didn't work for them, and I made sure they spent money on me. That's how you're supposed to do it when you're
Makes sense to me.
No, see, if you work outside the
gate, quiet and draw, man. Try to win over as many people.
Well, no, there's a lot of people, tattoo artists and artists.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A lot of very talented people in the joint. I ain't gonna lie.
No doubt.
But yeah, it's like you stay away from everything that is bad, and you find people in there that are creative and yeah, you try to have as much fun as you can considering where you're at.
Right.
It's like some people it ruins and some people they don't allow it. I didn't allow it to ruin me. I wanted to come out and be the same happy guy I was before I went in. So
How long were you there?
I was there for 4 years the first time, 2 years second time. All for weed, y'all. All for weed back in the state that was zero tolerance for weed. Okay, you got caught, you went to prison. That's all there was to it. And it was back in the day. Prison isn't hard, but your cellmate might be. Variant. Private prisons don't even do that cell thing anymore unless it's like the maximum security. The private prisons are warehouse prisons. They get as many bunks in that building as they can.
Oh, man.
Okay? You know, it's a whole different thing when it's a private prison because they're trying to make money. They get paid per bunk, not per cell. You see what I'm saying? You can get 60 bunks in a you know, a big room. You know, a big room you can put 60 bunks in. You can only put 2 bunks, 3 bunks in a cell.
No, I couldn't handle it. I had one roommate on the beach trip I went on, and I was losing my mind, dude. I couldn't be in a room with 60 guys at a prison. That's
crazy.
wild, man.
It is. It's a crazy way to live. And like I say, you do your best not to let that shit ruin you. You know, I mean, it really can. But you go out of your way to have fun. I ran a poker game. You know, I bought envelopes that people drew on to help them have money, you know, to spend, and cool ass envelopes to send to your friends. You know, they got Snoopy drawn on it by badass artists or whatever.
Right,
you know, whatever you wanted somebody to draw on an envelope for your friends that when you send out a letter. Anything to help people, you know, stay above water, man. It was all just like what I try to do right now. Is my time in prison was really weird, dude. I ran AA meetings. I'm not an alcoholic.
Okay.
I ran an AA meeting because I was there for weed.
Right. NA and AA are the same thing, though. Like, it's the same.
No.
It's the same. You get the same book, basically, you know?
AA, well, I mean, it's 2 different groups of people, though. Okay.
Right. Yeah,
like
that's true.
Alcoholics don't want to be in a meeting with the druggies.
Right.
So you gotta have 2 different people, right? And everybody laughs at the potheads because that's not drugs. You're not addicted to anything. You're you know, yeah, I know. I'm just in prison for stupidity. I know, I get it, right? You know, and that's how you had to live. You had to try and find ways to keep smiling. So I ran an AA meeting for all the AA guys because I didn't drink. But if I tried to run an NA meeting, all the drug addicts would laugh me out the fucking room.
Right, yeah.
Because I was just a pothead, right? I wasn't a big druggie, right? So the NA guys wanted no part of me running their.
So why'd you do either though? What made you do any of it?
Just to try to help people and keep, like
Okay.
I said, keep people on an even keel because you can get lost in that shit.
Right, you know, it's a mind game, yeah.
There's people in there that are trying to get you to come be one of their group, gang, whatever, you know. I mean, the first time I went down, I was a youngster. And it was about, they wanted to tattoo me all up. White pride, all that shit, right? Because I was a young soldier. I wasn't a young soldier, though. I was independent. And I told them, if you tattoo anything on my stomach, it's going to say independent. And they pretty much respected me for that, and they left me alone, and everything is cool the rest of the time I was there.
Big fan of that, dude. No groups. Yeah.
I stood my ground.
No doubt, man.
You know? And then they saw me running around helping everybody, and everybody was cool with me. You know, it was like, it wasn't about, the last thing I wanted to do was come out with more criminal skills. I wanted to come out with more
how are you going to use your time? Yeah.
Right. I wanted to come out with more people skills and be able to help more people. And when I first got out, I was, going to be drug counselor and this and that. And I was going to be, you know, I really had that get out of prison and help my fellow inmates that are getting out. How can I do it? But they don't want us to help. You know, the state doesn't want us former convicts being the one helping people. That would make us look good. They can't have that. They got their own people qualified with papers that are helping people. Look, I did more for people in the joint. You know, I did more to help people in the joint with 0 degrees, paperwork, or anything.
Yeah, man.
You know, than a lot of those people that get paid to do that.
Dude, that's why I pick up like Dave's Killer Bread, bro. I love that stuff, dude. Because that's the one where the guy like got out of jail and they started like it's all like ex-cons making bread out somewhere. It's awesome, dude.
There's
it's great. It's great stuff.
There's a pit bull sanctuary in Arizona. All the employees there are former convicts.
Yeah,
that's where they get their employees from, is people straight out the joint. Put them to work.
Because you don't want to get caught in that cycle, dude, where you just keep going back and like, yeah, that's a mess, man. And then you ruin a life.
And there was a radio station too. Texas, I think Arizona and Texas have prison radio stations.
Okay.
Where, you know, it's all about prison issues. you know, arguments with the wardens, all that shit was all covered on a radio station statewide, so that people that weren't in the joint could really see what goes on in the joint. It was great. It was good stuff. I mean, I look back now. I mean, this is some years ago. Okay, I look back now and I'm like, I'm proud of how I got through it, because I came through it with a good attitude.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that will never break that cycle. They'll get out of prison.
I do too. I know people that aren't in prison that won't break that cycle. So yeah, exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about. Absolutely.
I did my best not to get caught up in the cycle.
Right.
I was young the first time I went down. I could have very easily been one of those people that, you know, ends up all tatted up and biker, next thing you know, killing people. You know, it's what you allow yourself to ingest. You know,
yeah, feed your mind, man. I agree.
You got to know when to shut somebody
I can look
off.
at times in my life where I could have seen that if I'd gone left instead of right kind of thing, you know, like no question, man. So yeah, I consider myself lucky. You probably might feel the same.
Yeah,
right, dude.
Speaking of that,
it was getting real, man. It's getting real.
Free Range Human in the other chat says, Pops, I spent 2 months and 24 hours solitary over a charge that was dropped. Not prison exactly, but I'm already liking your story and attitude, and how you tell your story draws you in and makes you listen. Wanted to tell you that before I reminded you that maybe we should look at the rest of the camp.
I personally do not have a time limit, but we will show off some more of this. Yes. Piper, do you have another show coming up? What do you got going on?
Not tonight. Sometimes I do go over to Dark Gift Comics channel and sing.
Speaking of Anthony, where the hell is he?
At work, probably.
I was gonna say, I haven't seen him in the chat. He's supposed to be coming out and saying hi. That's what they're supposed to do. Yeah, there's a campaign?
Yeah. He's probably at work, but his not karaoke, his jamming.
Dude, Dave's Cornbread's rolling, man.
So yeah, we have Night Stars, y'all. We got stretch goals. This is what he was just showing off a little while ago. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So cool.
Yeah, there was a guy, I don't know if y'all remember Sectars. This is another 80s property that you had so much stuff come out in the 80s that it was like a golden age of like cartoons and toys. It was. There's no doubt it was. And some of these awesome properties fell through the cracks, and Sectars was one of them. And a buddy of mine, Zika Toys, who's on Instagram, and he makes amazing stuff. He had the Sectars property, and they've been putting out those toys. And the sculptor on it, who became a buddy of mine, Adrian Melton, we hit him up, and I designed it, and he took it the rest of the way, man, and he just rocked that thing. So that is our super, super stretch goal. But yeah, man, it's a beautiful figure, dude. And I've seen the files too. It's so complicated. You don't realize what goes into toy making for a modern figure.
Oh man,
it's awesome. It's cool. It's very interesting.
That looks amazing, and you can tell it's got all the movable, bendable knee, bendable elbows, everything.
So they come in these things called STL files. That's the 3D printing files. And so I was trying to make it on my little 3D printer, but there's just so many joints and different things going on. That's why I only had like half of. I could print one out like that doesn't move. So yeah, man, it's cool stuff. I'm learning. I'm like Johnny Five, you know, in Short Circuit.
Input.
Yeah, input. And I'm just devouring YouTube videos all day long. And so that's the cover.
This thing is, man, y'all need to just go back it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to be on this before it's over. You can count on that. Probably a Saturday night, you know, backer shot, something like that.
We have a concert before. I'm debating going to the concert and then getting on there. So we'll see. We already moved up already, man. Crazy.
Right.
Awesome,
I had to give a little refresh right there. There you go. We got a couple more backers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Y'all.
Dude, big time.
Yeah, I definitely want to get my hands on this. I just got to wait for some money as well.
I totally get it. But at least you understand like the pricing. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like I'm bamboozling everyone.
I'm about to get you again though. Ships Worldwide. Ships Worldwide means. Have you talked to RJ?
Everybody keeps bringing that up. I think I'm gonna message him tonight, man. If we can figure that out, I'm all about it. I don't want to do the shipping the way it is going out of the country. What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. You need to
so I would
definitely
love
get a hold of RJ and see what he can do for you. But the other thing I was gonna say with Ships Worldwide, I want to tell all the people watching, make him pay for it. By that, I mean everybody back this book, so he has to pay for a whole bunch of worldwide shipping.
Right. Hey, man, I want to get on that critical blast. If he's that's an industry I think that is untapped. If he pulls that off, that would help everybody. That would help out creators. That would help out the people getting the book. I was doing the streaming thing. I'll stream and draw every now and again, and whatever. And
this
I
guy
ended
right
up on
here
VK.
also, Tim, this guy right here, Varian Grant, Liberty Distribution.
Okay.
This guy is trying to put books in stores.
Heck yeah.
Right? He's also the husband of Lola from Backer Shots. So,
no way, huh?
You're talking to her. Make sure you talk to Varian. Get hooked up with Liberty Distribution. They have a really good system for putting books in stores. He's been working on this for 5 years. We get RJ doing his thing and Varian doing his thing, and we're going to defeat the whole distribution problem in comics. Count on it.
See, I like that outsider mentality, man. So I love that kind of stuff. I like going against the man. So if we can figure out a way to kind of finagle that, I'd be all about it. Because so that's what I was saying. There's a website called VK, and it's basically Russian Facebook. And dude, they're starving for friggin' comics out there. They can't get it. They have nothing.
That one, I think that right there, that's Liberty Distribution. I'm pretty sure I could be wrong. I think that's it, though.
Okay.
If I'm wrong, Varian, drop the link, bro. I'm going to give him, I can't even do, what the heck? Wait a minute. Go over there. Go over there. Where's Varian? Make Varian, you're a wrench, dude. You got a wrench. Do whatever you want.
But yeah, that first Kickstarter I did in 2012, I mean, there was stuff going everywhere. It was all over. Australia, Finland, France, which is cool. Super cool to do.
Yeah.
So I want more of that. I want it to get out, you know?
Oh, yes.
At a reasonable price. That's fair for everybody, you know?
$25, y'all. We're talking about a big book. We're not talking about no little, we're talking about 125-page hardcover.
It's going to be more than that. I can almost guarantee that now. So, yeah, it's going to be over 125 pages. Hardcover. Yes, sir.
Next question. Is there going to be a digital option for those people overseas who just ain't dealing with that shipping?
So that's something I'm going through now. I'm doing a web comic with Chuck Dixon, and it's free. You can go read it for free at arkhaven.com, Arkhaven Comics, or just Google Arkhaven, Go Monster Go is the name of the book. And I really like the webcomic format a lot. And I've talked with Vox over there, who's the other guy running it, Vox Day and Chuck. This is their thing. That might be what I do instead of a digital book. I might just have it go on Arkhaven. And it would be, it would be a different experience. So if you bought Night Stars on the Indiegogo, you got the hardcover. That's one way of looking at it. And then it would be a whole different way to do it if I did it in the webcomic format where you're scrolling up. So that's what I'm leaning towards heavily at the moment.
Okay, so how much of this book is finished?
The first 4 issues are drawn. It's done. I just got to do the Yeti issue. So yeah, it's done.
Okay, so pretty much you can lay it out the way it's laid out already for your PDF. You don't have to switch it to a scroll top to bottom format.
Yeah, it was just something I'm debating with. I don't know. I was thinking about even doing like the preview like that in a webcomic format. But no, as far as like you said, like in a PDF, yeah. I mean, we already have that now. Yeah,
$10. Put it up there.
Right. Maybe do it as a what do you call it? What is the
Just
goal you can
another
get at the
tier.
end?
It's a different tier for those, like I said, for the
Yeah.
people overseas who don't want to pay for shipping, but they still want to read your book. $10 for the PDF.
Good point.
You know, $5 for the PDF. Whatever. You know, you just add it as another tier to the campaign.
That's actually a really good point. Yeah, I think I'm gonna talk to my partner, my buddy on this. I think that's almost a no-brainer. Yeah.
That's why we're here, brother.
Yeah, no, I got quiet because I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, yeah, no, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's very likely.
And that was another reason why I wanted to come out here, do this first timer show and have somebody like Piper who's done plenty of things. She knows, you know. I mean, she's an editor. She's, you know, got her own books, you know, working with Luke Stone on his project, Hybrids, you know, and I'm just a fan. I look at it and I'm like, okay, what do I think is missing as a fan? But then now I know that as creators, they're going to see something different. That's why I wanted to do this show with the creator so that we could give you a fan's perspective and another creator's perspective.
But it works back and forth because, Piper, you might agree with this. Like, sometimes you're so focused on one thing, something like what he just said about the PDF, like, just slips through the cracks. Like, I'm in my head and I'm sitting here while he's saying it, and I'm just like, it's like a no-brainer. Like, it's an easy $10. Everybody wins. You know, it's so overwhelming, and there's so much going on when you're doing these things. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, like him as a fan, he can tell you what he would like to give you money for.
Right.
And I can tell you what has worked and hasn't worked from past experience so far. Stuff like that. Yeah.
And hopefully we'll be entertaining while we're doing it. You know?
Yeah, so, you know, when you do comics, or I guess if you're probably in a band or something like that, it's the same thing, dude. You can't just play music. Like, you have to wear many different hats. So, yeah,
that's why I call it a hat
as I
club.
go. Right.
That's why I call it a hat club. All these people that are trying to be successful doing this are wearing a lot of different hats. It's a hat club, you know.
But it's good.
And yes, Piper is a wolf of all trades. She's out there doing well. She's got her own shows, you know, and her shows do go into issue topics.
Okay.
You know, I mean, my shows are more dedicated to promotion and networking, you know, but there's other, you know, like there's people that have shows that are just, you know, like what Barian has the special issue show, and he's got they have backer shots over there, and they have Sunday funnies. They have 5 or 6 different shows that all have different types of topic, so that they can give you a, you know, a network of programming, right?
Right.
And this is kind of the way I'm trying to do this a little bit is be more like a network. I don't want all my shows to be exactly the same. At the same time, I don't want the drama streams. You know,
I'm with you on that. I even have it written on my. I'm telling you, bro.
I get carried away. It won't be good.
I have a little post-it note written down, dude, and it says, "Don't feed the battery." Like, that's one of my goals. Like, don't. Yep. Dude, I just want to do some cool stuff, dude. There's enough of that out there. So yeah.
And that's exactly it. And that's why when we thought about doing this show, I was like, yes, something different that's not gonna be that. You know?
Right.
I want to highlight people who have killer projects. That's what I want to do.
Well, shit, dude, it sounds like you're just doing the prison attitude again. Like, that's, you know, you're carrying over that theme. No, in a good way. I'm saying that in a good way.
Yeah.
The more y'all talk about prison, the more I'm like, man, the name we picked and the theme we picked just really works, doesn't it? Like, ooh. But I will say, for shows like this, I do that on Graded Point 5 channel. Right. That's why I made my channel different and just be different. A catch-all for anything that's not really project related and stuff like that. But you should hit up Graded Point 5 too and get scheduled in for this too.
Okay.
They will love hearing, like, man, I will make them love. No, they're really fun. I'm there. Like I'm there too. We're fun. I promise.
I'm all in. I'm all in. This is enjoyable. It's fun. Oh, look at this guy.
First invasion. It's the first invasion of the evening.
I was attacked by a sprinkler when I was outside.
You were attacked by a sprinkler when you were outside.
Yeah, even I.
Okay. All right. Say hi, Piper.
Hi, Piper.
Say hi. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim.
What's going on, buddy?
You're good?
You
All right.
got to watch out for them sprinklers, boy.
All right. Go have fun.
Yeah!
That was an excellent exit.
Yeah, that's my everyday, y'all, right there. I love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What? A YouTube sports entertainment show? I didn't know that. Lug nuts. You got to send me that link, bro. I like sports entertainment. Oh man, don't get me going on sports right now. I gotta know. No, I can't go there. Okay. Dude, it was great talking to you, Tim. I love this, man. I want to have you out again before this campaign ends.
I would love to. I'd be all about it. Seriously.
Look, Monday Madness or CromCon July, I want to get you in.
I'm in. Yeah.
You know, definitely.
I'm easy to find. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And all you other people in the chat, Will, everybody that has a show, hit Tim up. RJ, all you guys, you know what I'm talking about. Get Tim out here. Get him seen. Let's get this one funded, man. I like seeing the backer count go up, but I want to see it go up. You know?
Yeah, I would
Spread the word. This campaign is just so well done. Like,
Yeah.
so awesome just to look at. Like,
I appreciate it. That's kind of my hope, y'all. My thing is, I was telling my buddy on the phone earlier, I was just like, dude, I think if we can just get people to see it, we're good. You know, that's the battle.
And don't get discouraged, dude. There's going to be a lull. There's going to be a few days here and there where nothing happens.
Right.
Just go on a show and talk about it anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I blocked Preston in my phone, so I'm good now, man. Like mentally, my morale is high right now. I got that dead weight out of my life.
Yeah, man, have fun. The main thing is have fun. You know, when you do the next one, now I'm a firm believer in low goal, get funded quick, and then have fun promoting. Okay, because you'll know on your next book by the reception of this book, you'll know on the next book where to set that goal at and be comfortable.
Right.
You know, you don't want to be fighting to get funded the whole time. You want to get funded and fight for them stretch goals. Make them fight for the extras, you know, but get it funded so that the people, like the first guy, the second guy, the third guy, the fourth guy that backed your book, they want your book. That means it has to get funded. You see what I'm saying? They want your book. They were the first ones there. They fucking want it.
Yeah.
Now they're counting on everybody else to back it too so they can get it. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah, absolutely.
Lower goal, and then have fun with the promotion. Once you hit that funded barrier and you crash
the pressure's off, right?
Yeah, you get to have fun. You get to go out there and go, come on, everybody, fuck it. You know?
Yeah, no, trust me. I remember 2012. Like that month period was a stress fest, and you didn't even have internet like you had now. You couldn't go on YouTube, dude. I was going to coffee shops in New Orleans. I was going to like the ghost tour places and putting up flyers. I'd met a rapper selling CDs out his trunk. I'm like, hey, bro, I'm selling comic books out my backpack. You know, like it was very low tech.
Y'all hear that? That was putting in the work. That's really putting in the work. That's not coming out here and typing a link, y'all. He was walking around with a backpack full of comics. Come on.
Had flyers in a backpack, man, and walked around the French Quarter. All did that a
dedication. Bunch. Do you know Anthony Figaro?
Absolutely.
Okay, just checking. That's good. Another good dude. Another good dude that will help you, that will help promote you, and always great advice. You know, good dude.
And he did great with his too, you know.
There you go. I sent you one.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Anybody else want in Pop's link? I am going to update the description with it in it and all that stuff. Right now I have the link to this Indiegogo prioritized and stuff, but
Right.
y'all will be able to find Pop's. Well, plus the thumbnail's going to have it, but
Okay.
you'll be able to find Pop's, everybody. I'm looking over. Don't worry.
I do appreciate that, though. I do appreciate, though, because I do believe that if these shows aren't entertaining, people aren't going to watch. I want people to go, oh, Pops and Piper on today. Got to make sure we check that out and see who they're highlighting today. I want that kind of, audience. So when somebody says I'm a natural storyteller and they could listen to me for hours, that means I'm doing it right. I'm doing my job. I appreciate that, man. And it's for guys like you, Tim, and you, Piper.
All right,
It's
and you.
for people like you,
As we do the Brady Bunch.
Yeah. I'll get really good at doing that
my
eventually.
personal, from a professional-ish standpoint on the goal is do what you can definitely afford. Don't do anything gimmicky, because there are people that will lower the goal just to motivate people, and then they reach it and that's where they stop and then they're fudged. So
right. Yeah, I think you nailed it with let's see how this goes, and then you kind of know what your ballpark is.
Yeah.
We just kind of, I figured if I had pulled something around that last time, then why can't you do it again? That was kind of my mindset going in. And again, 125-page hardcover book, plus.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a single issue. It's not a floppy.
Alice
We'll see.
Cooper.
I think we're good, dude. Like that last week when it was just dead water, dude, it was rough. And then whatever happened the last few days, we've been rocking. So let's go. Let's keep it going. We're almost at 2. We're creeping anyway.
And like I said, as we get you on more shows and you're exposed to other people's audiences, it just snowballs, bro. It just snowballs.
I think I'm gonna make a video too of like the story, because that's something we don't tell in this. Like my buddy, we were talking about it earlier, where we're just gonna get a camera and it's just gonna be like, hey, where did you come up with this? What was the process? What was walking around the quarter? Stuff like that, and make that into like a quick little video.
Don't make it your highlight at the top, but put it down a little bit farther, and 4 minutes or so. Good. The one at the top, you want it to be 30 seconds to a minute. You don't want to, make people turn it off. You want them engaged in it. Dude, you don't really have to listen to a whole bunch of what we're saying. You pretty much know what's going on here. You got a killer ass book, and it's all about marketing right now.
Yeah. Oh no, dude, it's that's all. That is my job right now. I'm talking to whoever wants to listen to me, dude. If you're gracious enough to have me on, I'm willing. Absolutely. And that's how do you get people out there? We're running ads and stuff like that too. We're just trying to get the word out as best we can. It's kind of, you're just throwing stuff at the wall. What's going to stick?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not.
And don't, like she said, don't price yourself out trying to entice people. Don't price yourself out trying to bring people in. The quality of your work will bring people in.
Thank you.
We just got to get it seen, man. That's, it really is. It's a sweet looking book, man. I don't think you're going to have any issues getting to 10,000 in the next 40 days. It's just began. We just begun to get people where they're seeing it. So,
and I really want them to hit that friggin' action figure, man, because I want to put her over here. Like,
yeah, that is
but
that's a little more up there, but that would be everybody gets a free figure. That's not a bad deal.
Yeah,
we would lose money in that case. If you know anything about toy making, we'd lose a lot, out of our pockets on that one. But I'm with you. I just want the toy. I'm an action figure guy.
Everybody knows how I feel about it. Smash the like, share the stream, go check out the book. Exposure is king. Tell everybody about this book, man. And for those of you who have backed it, tell a friend that you backed it. Not just go look at it. Say, yo, I backed it. Go check it out. Because, you might not think about it, but that actually
Yeah, right.
it makes the difference when you hear from somebody that they actually backed it. That makes a difference as opposed to, yo, that one looks really cool. Go look at it. You know.
Yeah, right.
When you say I looked at it and I thought it was badass and I backed it.
I
That's
did
a
that
whole
with one the
different,
other day.
you know.
I sent it to my buddy on Instagram, and he backed it too. And it was from my word of mouth. You know, I was just like, dude, this looks awesome, man. Oh, dude, appreciate it, dude. You can go see. I ripped up. Somebody had old real Ghostbusters party supplies yesterday from Toys R Us sealed, and I was just like, dude, I'm opening these suckers, dude. I laid them on the table, so I got all that on my Twitter. Dude, some dude got so mad when he saw me do it. He was like, "No, bro, that ain't cool. That ain't cool, bro." I'm like, dude, these are the last two ever, man. I'm opening them. But I have like 3 more sealed. It's fine. But yeah.
Yep. T3 Comics present. He liked, shared, and backed. Yes, indeed. Will just followed you over there on Twitter.
Appreciate it.
Matt
bet.
C
And,
from my chat says, "Pops, promise us one prison story each episode." He says
I don't
he's
really
not
know if I
trolling.
have that many prison stories, bro. I mean, I was there for a long time, but it was all pretty much the same shit. Play softball, play poker, you know, talk to people on the outside when you could, and read a lot. Read a lot. I promise you, all of you, the time I spent in prison, I have thousands of books read. Thousands, not hundreds. I've read a lot of books. That's all you can do. You know, that's time. There's your prison story for the next episode. Read a lot of books. They didn't just have comic books in prison, though.
Oh,
Yeah, that's true. A buddy of mine was locked up, and we were trying to send him comics, and they wouldn't take them. Like there was, yeah.
Won't let
And you
have
can't
comic
bring them
books.
to him when you meet him. You got to send them through a certain like roundabout way and all that stuff. I mean, which makes sense. I mean, I get it, but yeah.
Now, they do have libraries in prisons. And for those of you who have books that you donate, donate your books to prisons. Man, people donate cookbooks, all kinds of stupid shit that you can't apply in prison anyway. Send people some escape books to prison.
Yeah, no
And
doubt,
I don't
dude.
mean escape from prison. I mean escape from life books.
They got to be
you
able
know?
to take comics now, though, huh? I bet you they take
No,
comics.
I would say regulations are probably worse now than they were then.
Okay.
I
But
mean,
the rule
steadily
is you
worse.
got to send it from the plate. Like
The
you would have
actual
to send it
publisher.
from a store. You can't send it from your house.
Right.
Like it's right.
Right. It has to come from the publisher. And then there's even rules on top of that. Okay. You can't be
Right.
getting the naughty versions. You can't be getting none of that. They're going to look at every page. If there's a nipple, it's out. And you just wasted your money. You know, so I mean, there's so much stupid. Can't be any kind of racial, any kind of gang, any kind of influence of those kinds at all. You know, because prisons and racial problems are, you know, that's just a normal thing.
Right. Yeah.
So, and that's not the fault of the prisoners. I want you to know that. The mentality of a prisoner is forced on you by the environment you live in. Okay. It's crazy. You can't share a cigarette with a person from another race without both your people and his people wanting to beat you both down. Okay. And it's enforced. It's not how you actually feel. You're forced to live that way for that period of time. You see what I'm saying? And some people come out of there turned that way. And some people don't. You know, I mean, I have no issues with anybody until they have an issue with me personally. I love people, you know, and that's obvious, or I wouldn't fucking do this. You know? I don't have a problem with people unless they have a problem with me.
Yeah.
But when you're in prison, you're not allowed to choose who your friends are. You are with your race, period. Or you're pariah. And you have no protection or no, you know, you don't have no friends. It's like you can be totally discommunicated. I don't know, excommunicated from the whole collective. And then, you know, you don't want to be that guy, because then all the other races have a target that nobody's going to protect. You see what I'm saying? So you're stuck having to live in the sleeve of your race. You have to. It's enforced racism. The guards live it. It's the more you have the races looking at each other, the less they're looking at the guards. So they're okay with it.
Prison sounds like real life, dude. It's crazy, man. It sounds like what they do in real, the government does. It's wild.
Yeah.
I've made this comparison many times. Our government right now are the guards, and we are the prisoners.
Yeah, that's all I keep thinking when you're telling this story. I'm like, what's kind of the same thing going on? Crazy.
But it's enforced there. Like I say, it's not enforced out here. We all have choices out here.
Right.
In there, you don't have the choice. You run with your race, or you have no back. Nobody has your back. Nobody. So you don't have that choice. You have to be that way. And I'm not saying that they all hate each other, because only actual racists hate somebody because of their covering. Okay? I have friends. I got all friends. I don't give a shit how they're covered, what they wear, anything. That doesn't matter. Who they take in their bedroom, that shit's their business, right? I don't care. What I do care about is people trying to tell me how I have to live, how I have to think, and how I have to act. I got 58 years into my life not having nobody tell me how I'm supposed to do this. I'm doing just fine.
And I pretty much do the opposite when I'm told that anyway. So if you want to get me, that's not the way to get me.
Yeah.
I had a cop. I used to work at a bar. I was a doorman at a bar for years. And I didn't really mess around with police officers until then, because we'd always have a detail cop too a lot of times. And you learned a lot about that aspect of things working there. And they all unanimously had the same rule about, dude, people would be smoking weed at the bar. People would be doing this, that, and the other thing. And they would just be chilling out. One rule: don't be an asshole. That was it. That's kind of my that's kind of my mindset too. Just don't be an asshole, man, and we're gonna get along great.
And that should be everybody. That should be the way everybody. If you approach somebody with a generally pleasant attitude, and they come back at you shitty, then you have every right to treat that person shitty. But for the most part, everybody interacts pretty well. There's only certain people who just can't get it.
Right.
And I'm ashamed to say that there are few in the industry that just don't get it. But people like you've been around for a while, been doing this, and we finally get to see this production.
Yeah, I just want to draw cool stuff, man.
Yeah. This production right here is it's amazing, dude. We're definitely going to work our ass off to get you funded, man.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it's
and I do want to see the trading cards, bro. I think that would be cool.
I'm very interested in that, because we've been looking at trading cards that you can do. They'll do it for a little league team. They'll go get the whole team done on trading cards. So there's websites out there. Yeah, that would be a cool one. It'd be even cooler if you had to open them in the pack and collect them, collect the whole issue like that.
Oh, packs.
Maybe there's a chase card or something, page whatever is page 19 is harder to get than the other one.
The chase card's the cover.
Yeah, that could be it too, or some kind of chromium or something. I don't know. That would be fun. Yeah. Collecting was fun back in the day, man. In the 90s, it was wild.
It was. I had huge collections of everything. I see Eric McIntyre in the chat. Boy, you're late, dude. Where you been? And yes, T3. Look, I can be a great guy. I can be the other end of that spectrum too. I can be how I'm treated in return tenfold. Okay, so if you treat me good, I will treat you back tenfold good. That goes the other way too. I'm one of them people that's, I'm emotional. I get excited. I have a good time. I try my best to have a good time. And at the same time, when it's going the other way, it's just as excitable. You know what I mean? I can be just as mean and mad and ugly as I can, smiley, happy, and fun.
Oh, that's funny.
I
Pops
like
gets
this
it,
part
man.
better. I like this part better. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I have fun, man. Since I started doing this, I've met so many cool people that far outweigh the few people I've met that suck. Okay, far outweigh. So that's why we keep doing it. Trust me, if I wouldn't have no fun, you think I'd come out here for a whole freaking weekend? Be out here all day, 2 days, and then come out here on Monday too. I do this because I'm having a blast. I get to meet great people. You know, I don't let the 1 or 2 bad people I meet ruin it for everybody else. That's, you know, and that will always be. I'll still be out here no matter how no matter how ugly it is the day before the con. I will still be out here the day after the con talking about what a great time I had. And that's, you know, where it's at. Y'all go back this book.
Tim, did you show everything you wanted to show? I'm pretty sure we did.
Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah, totally.
I had a great time. I really did, Piper. This is going to be fun. I'll try not to, like, get too carried away every week. But next week, we're going to do this on Piper's channel, y'all. And her and I are going to have a little meeting right now, try to figure out who we're going to have up next. But every week, 6 p.m., we're going to highlight somebody like Tim who has a new book that you guys need to see.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
Come
well,
on,
we had
give
a
me more
bump
than
during
that.
the show.
Thanks for the fun, P&P. Oh, I don't think P&P is going to work. But we get you. We get
At
you.
least the and is in there. Like,
Right.
This was great. I had a great time. Piper, thank you so much. Hang out in the chat or hang out in the studio so we can figure out next week's guest. And then you can get on with your business because Piper's busy too, y'all. This is I'm really thankful for her that she's dipping into her time to come out here and do this for everybody because you know she's got work to do.
You have a script to finish writing.
Yeah. Editing, all kinds of stuff. We know. The lady works. And she makes all these cool things that we get to show off, all of them. I was like, she filled my email box up with stuff I get to show off. I was like, cool, great.
Yeah, because my dumb butt was sending them one at a time instead of all in one email.
So I hope everybody enjoyed the first episode of Piper and Pops, Poppin' with Piper and Pops. We had a blast. I know I had a blast. I'm pretty sure you guys had fun too. Join us next week. We will announce who the guest is probably later this evening. I'll post it in the madness. We'll let y'all know who we're going to have out next week. And by all means, go back Tim's book. Go back some of the other books that Frog dropped links on in the chat. Go check out all these projects because they are all worth your time. And even if you don't back it, pop the share button, y'all.
Yeah.
You know, get it out there, get it seen. The more people that see it, the more chance somebody's going to spend some money on it. That's how this shit works. Do it. I wish I had a massive fucking video to play out that just tore shit up. But I don't have one yet. We are going to get some cool stuff though. I think this show is gonna be a good future happening, and we are gonna improve it as we go. I promise.
We do have an outro overlay for now.
Yes, we
We
do.
can just talk behind it until you
Tim, thanks for coming out.
Thank y'all. I appreciate it.
So yeah, you guys go check out Tim's book. Subscribe to Piper's channel. Subscribe to my channel. Ring that bell. You know what's up. And we will all see you next Monday.
Bye.
Peace. I see One more thing. Poppin' Pipes, a true crime story.
Oh no.
All right, I'm killing it with that.